Race 6 on the programme is the Track and Ball Derby, a Group 3 event, a weight for age plus penalties, no allowances, 2,400 metres, 2:45 on Saturday afternoon. And Graham, before we go and talk about, go and listen to what Paul Lafferty and Lazan Forbes have to say, for me, some horses in the race that I think will battle, and one or two that, really set the standard, like Parmesan's Pride and Silver Host.
We've seen very little of Alec Laird during champion season, but he's raiding this meeting with the favourite in both the Track and Ball Derby and in the Track and Ball Oaks. Parmesan's Pride was obviously a very nice second, albeit well beaten second behind Malmoose in the South African Derby, so he goes the trip. He's by Louis the King, who of course was a Triple Crown winner. He gets 4 kilograms from Silver Host, who's a year older, so obviously he has a bright chance. He is the best rated horse by a long way, if you believe that he was deserving of that massive merit rating hike after running a second in the SA Derby. But I do make it Parmesan's Pride, Silver Host, and Legitimate. I have healthy respect for Legitimate, who in the early anti-post market has been backed in from 8-1 to 11-2.
Okay, well, let's go and hear what Paul Lafferty and Lazan Forbes have to say about their runners here.
Yeah, talented horse, very talented. I've always thought this distance would be within his compass. Donovan rides him. His horse can go to the front, can sit second, third. He's very well. I think if he gets galloping, he'll make them run.
Yeah, Sheldon, he's a horse that's just given us a lot of joy so far. He's really coming to hand nicely. He's coming off a very confident win, trying the 2,000 metre trip for the first time. His prep into this has gone extremely well. This is obviously a mammoth task ahead of him, running in this sort of company and also trying the 2-4. But I just cannot fault him. He's coming into this fit, he's coming into this well, and now it's just going to be a matter of whether he's good enough to compete at this sort of division.
Yeah, interesting. Lovely feedback. Lovely to hear what Paul has to say. Your opinion, shareholder, are you happy with the 2-4?
I think he'll get the trip. I just think he faces a tough task against a horse like Silver Host in receipt of just 1 kilogram. Silver Host, we've heard from Justin Snaith over and over again saying he believes he's the best stayer in the country. Obviously, he's being prepared for an assault on the Gold Cup at the end of the season. But he needed his last run, went fourth to Black Nap. He will have come on from that. I do believe that number 2, Silver Host, is the one they all have to beat. Healthy respect, obviously, for Parmesan's Pride. And Legitimate, I think he's going to love stepping up to the 2-4. Let us not forget he ran second behind Comedy Dung in the Politician Stakes. He fluffed his lines in the Cape Derby, and his last run over 1,200 metres was a pleasing one. I think Legitimate's probably going to give a very good account of himself. There's some of the old soldiers around, of course, Pay Back the Money, Marching On Together, Favour, Chrome Yellow, Berlin from Berlin, who are all ideally distance suited. But for me, I'm only going to include 3 horses in my jackpots and my Pick 6 play: Parmesan's Pride, Silver Host, and Legitimate. Okay,
Favour, certainly. I'm glad you mentioned Favour because he can turn on the jets and he can turn them on powerfully. I like him for a place, number 9, Favour. He really ran a good race last time to Black Nap. But Graham and I, again, are a little different, and that's okay. I'm in the camp of Parmesan's Pride. He's in the camp of number 2, Silver Host. But yes, he's got a good point, Graham. 91 all the way up to 116 for running second 5 lengths to Malmoose. Well, yeah, that's a debate for another day. But Track and Ball Derby, I believe it's going Parmesan's Pride's way. And Graham believes it's going Silver Host's.